Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're exploring a profound and liberating concept: how to stop chasing and start attracting what's truly meant for you. Imagine a life where you're not constantly running after things, people, or opportunities, but instead, you're effortlessly drawing them towards you. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, with the wisdom of Stoicism, this dream can become your reality. Have you ever felt utterly drained from the relentless effort of trying to force things into place, only to watch them slip away despite all your efforts? Perhaps you've been constantly reaching out to people who don't seem to share the same energy, chasing opportunities that always seem just out of reach, or trying to hold on to relationships that crumble despite your best intentions. It's exhausting, isn't it? The constant struggle, the endless pursuit, the heartache of watching things not work out no matter how hard you try. It wears you down, sapping your energy and leaving you feeling empty. But here's something profound to consider. You don't have to live this way. Life isn't meant to be a constant battle, and even the ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, understood that true power comes not from forcing things to happen, but from attracting what is meant for you. Let's begin with a thought-provoking quote that encapsulates this powerful idea. What's meant for you will come to you when you stop pushing and forcing it. Just pause and think about that for a moment. Imagine living in such a way that the right opportunities, the right people, and the right circumstances naturally gravitate toward you, without the need for struggle or strain. This isn't some far-fetched fantasy. It's a truth deeply rooted in the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. When you stop chasing after things and start aligning with your true self, you unlock a magnetic force within you that draws the right things into your life. Picture this. You're living your life with purpose, focusing on your personal growth, your happiness, and your well-being. And then, as if by some unseen hand, the right people begin to enter your life, doors of opportunity start to open, and everything you've been yearning for starts to flow to you effortlessly. It sounds almost magical, but it's not magic. It's the wisdom of the Stoics in action. Before we delve into the 10 powerful Stoic principles that will help you attract what is truly meant for you, it's essential to understand the critical distinction between chasing and attracting. Why is this difference so important? Because it marks the turning point in your life, the moment you shift from a mindset of scarcity and struggle to one of abundance and ease. This shift isn't just about changing your thoughts, it's about transforming your entire approach to life. Chasing versus attracting. When you chase after something, you're operating from a place of scarcity, from a belief that you must constantly strive and struggle to get what you want. Chasing is driven by fear. The fear of missing out, of not being good enough, of never having what you truly desire. It's like running on a treadmill, pouring all your energy into the pursuit, yet never actually moving forward. You end up exhausted, frustrated, and often disappointed, as the very things you chase seem to elude you. When you chase after people, opportunities, or success, you're sending a signal to the universe and to yourself that you are lacking, that you are incomplete without whatever it is you're pursuing. As Epictetus wisely observed, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The more you chase, the more you amplify your sense of lack and reinforce the belief that you are not enough as you are. On the other hand, attracting is about embracing a mindset of abundance and confidence. It's about living with the understanding that what is meant for you will come to you naturally, without force. Imagine yourself as a lighthouse, standing tall, strong, and unwavering. The lighthouse doesn't chase after ships. It simply shines its light, and the ships are drawn to it. When you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, on nurturing your own growth, happiness, and fulfillment, you emit a positive energy that others are naturally drawn to. Instead of chasing after a partner who isn't interested in you, for instance, focus on cultivating your own joy and personal development. When you are genuinely happy and content within yourself, you naturally attract people who appreciate and value you. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When you cultivate a mindset of abundance and confidence, you attract those very qualities into your life. Making the shift from chasing to attracting doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or desires. It's about realigning your actions and mindset with the belief that you are worthy of receiving what you seek, without the need for force or struggle. This transformation in how you approach life will not only enhance your own sense of well-being, but will also make you a magnet for the right people, opportunities, and experiences. Are you ready to embrace this powerful shift and start living a life where what's meant for you naturally comes your way? Let's dive into the 10 Stoic principles that will guide you on this journey of becoming a magnet for all that you desire. But before we begin, I have a small but significant task for you. A simple affirmation to kickstart this transformation. Leave a comment below with the words, "I am a magnet." This isn't just a phrase. It's a declaration of your new mindset, a powerful reminder of the journey you're embarking on, and a source of inspiration for others who are on a similar path. Remember the wise words of a Stoic philosopher. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. So, go ahead, affirm it to yourself, and share it with others, because in doing so, you're not only helping yourself but also lighting the way for others. Are you ready to begin this transformative journey? Let's go. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This timeless wisdom from Marcus Aurelius invites us to explore the first principle that can profoundly reshape how we approach life. Do your best and let go. Picture this. You're an artist standing before a blank canvas. With every brushstroke, you pour your creativity, passion, and effort into your work. Yet, at some point, you must step back and let the painting breathe on its own, trusting that your efforts will culminate in something beautiful. This is the essence of doing your best, and then releasing your attachment to the outcome. Let's talk about control. In our daily lives, we often get caught up in the desire to control everything around us. We want certainty, predictability, and guarantees. But life, in its true nature, is unpredictable. There's a limit to what we can influence. The Stoics understood this well. They knew that while it's essential to give our all in any situation, it's equally important to recognize when we've done all we can and then let go. This isn't about giving up or being passive. It's about understanding that once we've put in our best effort, the outcome is no longer in our hands. Imagine you're tending to a garden. You carefully plant the seeds, water them diligently, and make sure they get the right amount of sunlight. But after doing all this, you must trust that nature will take its course. You can't force the flowers to bloom faster, nor can you control the weather. All you can do is provide the best conditions for growth and then step back. This is a powerful metaphor for life. We can nurture, we can care, and we can give our best. But we must also acknowledge the limits of our control and trust that our efforts will bear fruit in their own time. Consider your personal relationships. Whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, or a family connection, there's a natural tendency to want to make things go a certain way. You might find yourself bending over backward to maintain harmony, doing everything you can to make the other person happy. But what happens when, despite your best efforts, things don't go as planned? Do you hold on tighter, trying to control the situation? Or do you step back and trust that you've done all you can? Letting go in relationships doesn't mean caring less. It means respecting the other person's autonomy and trusting that if you've done your best, the relationship will either grow stronger or evolve in a way that's meant to be. Now, let's shift our focus to your career or academic pursuits. Picture yourself working on a significant project, perhaps something that could be a turning point in your life. You're dedicated, focused, and you've put in countless hours to ensure its success. But there comes a moment when you must submit the work, take the exam, or present your ideas to others. At this point, your job is done. The outcome, whether it's a promotion, a grade, or a business deal, is no longer under your control. This is where the principle of letting go becomes crucial. It's about trusting that your hard work will lead to the best possible result and being at peace with whatever that result may be. This principle extends to every aspect of life. It's about recognizing that while we have the power to influence outcomes through our actions, we don't have the power to control every variable. The sooner we accept this, the sooner we can find peace. Imagine the stress and anxiety that comes from trying to control things beyond your reach. It's exhausting, isn't it? But when you embrace the idea of doing your best and then releasing your attachment to the outcome, you free yourself from this burden. You become more focused on the process rather than obsessing over the result. Think about how this mindset can transform your approach to challenges. Instead of viewing obstacles as insurmountable barriers, you start seeing them as opportunities to apply your best effort. And once you've done that, you let go, trusting that the outcome will be what it's meant to be. This doesn't mean you won't encounter difficulties, but it does mean you'll face them with a sense of calm and resilience. You'll no longer be driven by fear of failure, but by a commitment to giving your best and trusting the process. Let's revisit the idea of letting go. It's not about relinquishing responsibility or carelessness. It's about recognizing when you've reached the point where your influence ends and the rest is up to forces beyond your control. This understanding brings a profound sense of peace. When you know you've done everything in your power, you can step back with confidence, knowing that whatever happens next, you've given it your all. Consider the impact this principle can have on your well-being. When you're constantly worried about the outcome, your mind is never at rest. You're always in a state of anticipation or anxiety, wondering what will happen next. But when you adopt the mindset of doing your best and letting go, you allow yourself to live in the present. You're no longer caught up in what might happen tomorrow. Instead, you're focused on making today the best it can be. This shift in perspective can significantly reduce stress and increase your overall happiness. As you internalize this principle, you'll notice a change in how you interact with the world. You'll become more resilient, more adaptable, and more open to new experiences. You'll find that you're no longer clinging to the way you think things should be, but rather embracing life as it comes. This doesn't mean you'll stop striving for excellence. On the contrary, you'll likely find that you're more motivated than ever to put forth your best effort, knowing that you're free from the burden of trying to control the outcome. In this new mindset, you'll also discover a greater sense of trust, not just in yourself, but in the process of life. You'll start to see that things often unfold in ways that are ultimately beneficial, even if they don't go exactly as you planned. This trust allows you to move through life with a sense of ease, knowing that as long as you're doing your best, you're on the right path. Letting go also means being open to unexpected outcomes. Sometimes, the best opportunities come from situations that didn't go according to plan. When you're not rigidly attached to a specific outcome, you create space for new possibilities. You become more flexible, more creative, and more open to the opportunities that come your way. This flexibility is a key component of living a fulfilled and successful life. In conclusion, the principle of doing your best and letting go is not just a strategy for dealing with challenges. It's a way of life. It's about committing to excellence in everything you do, while also recognizing that the final outcome is not always in your hands. This mindset brings a deep sense of peace, reduces stress, and allows you to live more fully in the present. As you continue to practice this principle, you'll find that your life becomes more balanced, more joyful, and more aligned with your true purpose. So, as you go about your day, remember this: do your best in every situation, and then let go. Trust that your efforts will lead to the best possible outcome, even if it's not the one you initially envisioned. By embracing this principle, you'll not only improve your own well-being, but also create a ripple effect of positivity and peace in the lives of those around you. Principle 2. Attract what you want. Imagine, for a moment, that you are a powerful magnet, effortlessly drawing towards you everything you truly desire. This isn't just a whimsical notion or an abstract idea. It's a profound truth about how our reality unfolds. When you fully embrace and apply the principle of attracting what you want, you become a beacon for the right people, opportunities, and experiences. This principle isn't about chance or luck. It's about the magnetic power of intention and clarity. First, let's talk about the importance of clarity. You must get crystal clear about what you want in your life. This clarity isn't just about vague ideas. It's about detailed, specific goals and desires. What kind of relationships are you aiming for? What career aspirations do you hold? What experiences are you longing to have? Write these down with vivid detail, as if you're painting a picture of your ideal life. Visualize each aspect with such intensity that you can almost touch it. Belief is key here. You must believe wholeheartedly that you deserve these desires. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Your thoughts have the power to shape your reality, so focus intently on what you wish to attract rather than what you want to avoid. Let's explore how this works in relationships. If you're yearning for a loving, supportive partner, it's essential to first embody those very qualities yourself. Be loving, be supportive, be positive in your interactions. Your energy will radiate these attributes, drawing similar qualities from others. The essence of attracting the right partner lies in becoming the person you wish to meet. If honesty and integrity are crucial to you in a partner, ensure these are the principles you live by every day. When you align your own behavior with your desires, you create a powerful magnetic force that naturally pulls the right person into your life. Now, let's shift focus to the professional sphere. If you aspire to achieve a specific role or level of success in your career, start acting as if you already hold that position. Display the confidence, competence, and attitude of someone who is successful. This doesn't mean pretending to be something you're not, but rather embodying the qualities and mindset that align with your career goals. This shift in behavior not only boosts your own confidence, but also sends a clear signal to others that you are ready for greater responsibilities and opportunities. The universe, or the world around you, responds to this energy, and by consistently projecting positivity and focus, you attract the success you seek. The key to attracting what you want is to maintain a mindset of positivity and abundance. It's crucial to move away from thoughts of lack or scarcity. Instead, immerse yourself in a mindset of abundance, where you truly believe there's more than enough success, love, and opportunities to go around. When you shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance, you open yourself to receiving everything you desire. Remember Epictetus's wisdom. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. By desiring less and appreciating more, you effortlessly attract abundance into your life. Taking inspired action is another crucial element of this principle. Attracting what you want isn't solely about holding positive thoughts. It's also about actively working toward your goals. Whether it's enhancing your skills, broadening your network, or stepping out of your comfort zone, these actions align you more closely with your desires and amplify your magnetic pull. Staying proactive and focused demonstrates your commitment to your goals, and in turn, the universe conspires to bring you closer to achieving them. In essence, by applying the principle of attracting what you want, You harness the combined power of intention and action. You become a magnet for the life you've always envisioned. Remember, this principle is about alignment, aligning your thoughts, actions, and energy with your desires. This alignment draws the right people, opportunities, and experiences into your life. Embrace this principle wholeheartedly and observe how your dreams begin to unfold with greater ease and grace. Stay positive and focused on what you wish to attract. Your magnetic energy is a powerful force. It shapes your reality in ways you might not yet fully understand. By consistently aligning your inner world with your outer goals, you set into motion a powerful process of manifestation. The universe responds to your energy, and by maintaining a clear vision and taking deliberate actions, you draw closer to your aspirations every day. Remember, the process of attracting what you want is ongoing. It requires patience, perseverance, and continual alignment. Keep refining your goals, stay true to your values, and maintain a mindset of abundance. As you do, you'll find that the life you've always dreamed of is gradually becoming your reality. 3. Embrace uplifting moments. We often find ourselves navigating the intricate tapestry of life, where each thread represents a moment, an experience, a fleeting encounter. To truly embrace the essence of our journey, we must learn to cherish and magnify the uplifting moments that come our way. These moments, however small or seemingly insignificant, are the sparks that ignite our inner light. Picture a time when a simple conversation with a friend brought you unexpected joy, or when a serene sunset filled your soul with peace. These experiences, profound in their simplicity, hold the power to elevate our spirits and renew our energy. By acknowledging and savoring these instances, we not only enhance our own well-being, but also cultivate a presence that draws others toward us, creating a magnetic aura of positivity. In the realm of relationships, our approach to these uplifting moments can significantly impact the depth and quality of our connections. Rather than allowing conflicts or disappointments to overshadow our interactions, let us shift our focus to the joy and warmth we share. Imagine celebrating a small victory with a loved one, or expressing gratitude for a shared moment of happiness. These actions do more than just foster a positive environment. They fortify the bonds we cherish and reinforce behaviors that nurture our relationships. By cherishing these moments, we build a foundation of resilience and joy that strengthens our connections and enriches our shared experiences. On our personal growth journey, the significance of uplifting moments cannot be overstated. Consider the moments when we receive positive feedback on a project or accomplishment. Rather than dismissing these affirmations, we should take a moment to fully embrace and appreciate them. Recognizing and celebrating our achievements, no matter how minor they may seem, serves as a powerful reminder of our progress and potential. As Seneca once observed, the greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. These moments of acknowledgement and celebration fuel our motivation and propel us forward on our path of growth and self-discovery. To truly harness the power of uplifting moments, mindfulness and gratitude become our most valuable allies. By practicing mindfulness, we anchor ourselves in the present, allowing us to fully experience and savor each positive moment as it unfolds. Gratitude, on the other hand, helps us to deeply appreciate these moments and recognize their value. Consider incorporating a daily gratitude practice into our routine. By noting down at least 3 positive occurrences each day, we shift our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in our lives. This simple yet transformative practice can profoundly alter our perspective and enhance our overall sense of fulfillment. Moreover, actively seeking out environments and activities that uplift us is essential. Surrounding ourselves with positive, inspiring individuals who offer encouragement and support can significantly impact our own sense of joy and well-being. Engaging in hobbies and activities that bring us pleasure and relaxation further contributes to our overall happiness. By making deliberate choices that align with our values and aspirations, we create a life filled with enriching experiences that amplify our sense of fulfillment and joy. Embracing uplifting moments not only enriches our own lives, but also radiates positive energy to those around us. When we focus on the uplifting aspects of life, we become conduits of positivity and abundance, drawing these qualities into our own existence. Our ability to appreciate and cultivate these moments transforms our journey, infusing it with a richness and depth that enhances both our personal well-being and our relationships with others. As we navigate the complexities of life, let us remember that our attitude towards these uplifting moments shapes our overall experience. By remaining grateful and present, we allow ourselves to fully embrace and benefit from the beauty and joy that each moment offers. This approach not only enhances our personal satisfaction, but also positively impacts those we encounter along the way. In essence, embracing uplifting moments is a powerful practice that can lead to a more fulfilling and joyful existence. By focusing on the positive aspects of life and cultivating an attitude of gratitude and mindfulness, we create a ripple effect that enhances our own well-being and enriches our relationships. As we continue to embrace and celebrate these moments, we build a life that is both abundant and meaningful, illuminated by the light of our own positive energy. Let us commit to actively seeking and appreciating the uplifting moments in our lives. By doing so, we enrich our own journey and contribute to a more positive and supportive world. As we celebrate these moments and allow them to inspire us, we unlock the potential for a life filled with joy, fulfillment, and connection. 4. Let go of fear. Letting go of fear is one of the most transformative decisions you can make in your life. Imagine fear as a shadow that looms over your every thought and decision, holding you back from becoming who you are truly meant to be. Fear is that invisible force that keeps you from stepping into your full potential, blocking the path to the right people, opportunities, and experiences that are waiting for you. When fear dictates your actions, it leads to choices based on insecurity, anxiety, and self-doubt. These choices often result in missed chances, unfulfilling relationships, and a constant sense of unease. But what if you could release that fear? What if you could clear the way for confidence, bravery, and authenticity to take root and grow? That's when you start to draw in the things and people that align with your true self. Fear tends to show up in different areas of our lives, particularly in how we relate to others. Think about the fear of rejection, the fear of loneliness, or the fear of not being enough. These fears can drive you to hold on tightly to relationships that aren't good for you, or to chase after people who don't share your feelings. It's like being trapped in a cycle where fear pushes you to seek validation from others, often leading to relationships that lack genuine connection. But as the philosopher Epictetus once said, "He who is not a slave to fear is truly free." Letting go of these fears liberates you. It opens the door to relationships founded on mutual respect, genuine affection, and love that isn't tainted by insecurity. Consider what happens in a relationship when fear is at the helm. Imagine constantly worrying that your partner might leave, or that they don't appreciate you enough. This fear can lead to behaviors that don't reflect who you really are. Maybe you become overly clingy, or perhaps you find yourself seeking constant reassurance. These actions, while stemming from a desire to hold on, often drive the other person away. But now, picture what happens when you let go of that fear. You start to appreciate your own worth and approach the relationship with a calm sense of confidence. This shift not only changes how you see yourself, but also how your partner perceives you. They start to respond to your newfound self-assurance, and the relationship becomes more balanced and fulfilling. Letting go of fear isn't just about relationships, it's also about how you pursue your goals and dreams. Fear can act like a chain, keeping you bound to your comfort zone and preventing you from taking risks. It's the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, or the fear of the unknown that holds you back. When you allow these fears to control you, you find yourself playing it safe, sticking to the familiar and avoiding challenges. But what if you decided to break free from these fears? What if you saw failure not as something to be avoided, but as a valuable step on the path to success? Suddenly, you're open to exploring new opportunities, taking bold steps, and pushing the limits of what you thought was possible. This kind of courage is magnetic. People are naturally drawn to those who face their fears and move forward despite them. The journey to releasing fear starts with self-awareness. The first step is to acknowledge the fears that are holding you back. Take some time to really think about where these fears come from and how they've influenced your life. Are they based on past experiences, limiting beliefs, or societal expectations? By understanding the root of your fears, you begin to dismantle their power over you. Once you've identified your fears, it's important to challenge them. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? More often than not, the things we fear aren't as terrifying as they seem when we face them directly. Another crucial step in this process is replacing fear with positive affirmations. These are statements that reinforce your strengths, your worth, and your potential. Instead of letting fear dictate your thoughts, start telling yourself, I am capable, I am enough, and I can handle whatever comes my way. Over time, these affirmations will begin to reshape your mindset, helping you build the resilience you need to overcome fear. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people is also key to overcoming fear. The environment you create around yourself can either fuel your fears or help you conquer them. Seek out relationships and communities that uplift you, where encouragement and support are the norm. When you're surrounded by people who believe in you and want to see you succeed, it becomes much easier to face your fears and move forward. Confidence-building activities are another powerful tool in letting go of fear. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop over time, through experience. Push yourself to try new things, take on challenges, and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Each success, no matter how minor, reinforces the belief that you are strong and capable, helping you to overcome fear. It's important to recognize that letting go of fear doesn't mean you'll never experience fear again. Fear is a natural emotion, one that serves a purpose in certain situations. But by learning to manage fear, instead of letting it manage you, you regain control over your life. You learn to move forward even when fear is present, with the understanding that fear doesn't have to dictate your actions. This shift in mindset will not only transform how you perceive yourself, but will also change how others perceive you. When you live with confidence and a sense of purpose, you naturally attract positive people, opportunities, and experiences into your life. This process of letting go of fear is ongoing. It's a journey rather than a destination. There will be moments when fear reappears, but each time it does, you'll be better equipped to deal with it. With each encounter, fear will lose a little more of its grip, allowing your true self to shine through more brightly. As you continue on this path, remember that letting go of fear opens up a world of possibilities. You become more authentic, more courageous, and more magnetic to the things that truly align with who you are. The transformation won't happen overnight, but with patience and persistence, you'll start to see the incredible changes that come from living a life free from fear's grasp. Remember, the most powerful force for attracting what you want is your own belief in yourself and your ability to create the life you desire. So let go of fear, embrace your inner strength, and watch as the world responds to your newfound energy. 5. Set clear intentions. Imagine starting a journey without knowing where you're headed. It sounds disorienting, doesn't it? In life, without clear intentions, we can find ourselves in a similar situation, drifting without direction, unsure of what our next steps should be. This is why setting clear intentions is vital. It's like having a detailed map in hand, guiding us, ensuring that our actions align with our ultimate goals and aspirations. In our relationships, the clarity of intentions becomes even more critical. Whether we're looking to deepen a romantic relationship, build a friendship, or strengthen family ties, having a clear sense of what we want from these interactions helps us communicate more effectively. It sets the stage for healthier boundaries and mutual understanding. For example, when entering a new relationship, if we're clear about whether we seek a serious commitment or just companionship, we avoid the pitfalls of misunderstanding. This openness fosters connections that are not only more authentic, but also deeply fulfilling. To set clear intentions, we need to start with introspection. Let's take a moment to reflect on what truly matters to us. What are our core values? What do we want to accomplish in different areas of our lives? Whether it's in our careers, relationships, or personal growth. Writing down these intentions can be incredibly powerful. The more specific we are, the better. Instead of broad aspirations like finding happiness, we might set intentions such as cultivating daily gratitude or spending quality time with loved ones. These concrete intentions serve as a guide, helping us to monitor our progress and stay on course. Another powerful tool in this process is visualization. We can dedicate a few minutes each day to vividly imagining our intentions as if they've already come to fruition. Picture the joy, satisfaction, and sense of accomplishment that accompany the realization of these goals. This practice not only reinforces our intentions but also aligns our subconscious mind with the outcomes we desire, making it easier to take consistent, purposeful actions. Of course, while it's important to have clear intentions, we must also remain flexible. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and our paths may need adjusting as circumstances evolve. However, even as we adapt, our intentions provide us with a steady direction, a sense of purpose that keeps us grounded. When we're clear about our intentions, we're better equipped to navigate changes without losing sight of what's most important to us. This process of setting clear intentions is an ongoing practice. It's not something we do once and forget about. Instead, it requires regular reflection and adjustment. As we grow and evolve, so too may our intentions. What once served us might need to be redefined or expanded. By continually revisiting our intentions, we ensure they remain aligned with our evolving selves and the changing landscape of our lives. In the context of relationships, revisiting our intentions can deepen our connections. As we grow closer to someone, our intentions may shift from simply enjoying their company to building a life together. By regularly checking in with ourselves and our partners, we can ensure that we're still on the same page, fostering trust, understanding, and mutual respect. Setting clear intentions also empowers us to live more consciously. Instead of reacting to life's events as they happen, we become proactive, making deliberate choices that align with our goals and values. This shift from reaction to intention can profoundly transform the quality of our lives, making our experiences richer, more meaningful, and more in tune with who we truly are. Moreover, clear intentions act as a beacon, guiding us even in challenging times. When we face obstacles or setbacks, our intentions can remind us of our purpose, giving us the strength and resilience to keep moving forward. They provide us with a sense of continuity, a thread that connects our past, present, and future in a coherent narrative of growth and achievement. The beauty of setting clear intentions is that it empowers us to take control of our lives. We move from a place of uncertainty and passivity to one of clarity and action. We become the architects of our destiny, shaping our reality through deliberate, intentional choices. This doesn't mean we control everything. Life will always have its surprises, but it does mean we're better prepared to navigate whatever comes our way. 6. Stay true to yourself. Let's dive into the essence of staying true to yourself, a concept that holds the potential to transform the way you live, the way you see yourself, and the way others perceive you. Imagine living in such a way that every choice you make, every step you take, aligns seamlessly with your core values and beliefs. This isn't just a lofty ideal. It's a practical approach to life that, when embraced, brings a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. Staying true to yourself is about embracing authenticity, not as a one-time act, but as a way of being. It's about consistently showing up as the person you truly are, rather than who you think you should be. When you live authentically, you naturally exude a sense of confidence that draws people toward you. This isn't about arrogance or putting on a show. It's about being comfortable in your own skin. Imagine walking into a room and feeling at ease because you're not trying to be anyone but yourself. That kind of self-assurance is magnetic. It creates an environment where others feel safe to be themselves as well. It's in this space of mutual authenticity that real, meaningful connections are formed. Connections built on trust and respect, not on the flimsy foundations of pretense or performance. Now, consider how liberating it is to let go of the need to impress others. When you're true to yourself, you no longer feel the pressure to conform to external expectations or to mold yourself into someone you're not. Instead, you're free to explore and express your true passions, interests, and quirks. This is where genuine fulfillment lies. Not in the approval of others, but in the joy of living a life that feels right to you. By staying true to yourself, you invite into your life people who appreciate you for who you really are, not for some version of yourself you think they want to see. Living authentically also involves honoring your own needs and setting boundaries that protect your well-being. Think about how often you've said yes when you really wanted to say no, simply to avoid conflict or to please someone else. Each time you do this, you step further away from your true self. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about preserving your energy and staying aligned with what matters most to you. When you respect your own boundaries, you're sending a powerful message to yourself and to others that your values, time, and well-being are important. Reflect on the relationships in your life where you felt the most valued and respected. Chances are, these were the relationships where you could be completely yourself, where you didn't have to hide parts of your personality or pretend to be someone you're not. These are the kinds of connections that are only possible when both people are being authentic. By staying true to yourself, you create a space for these kinds of deep, meaningful relationships to flourish. You attract people who resonate with your true self and who value you for the person you genuinely are. There's something incredibly powerful about the energy that comes from being true to yourself. It's an energy that others can feel, and it's undeniably attractive. People are drawn to those who are comfortable with who they are, who don't feel the need to put on a facade. When you live authentically, you become a source of inspiration for others, showing them that it's possible to live a life that's both true to oneself and deeply fulfilling. This doesn't mean that everyone will understand or appreciate your choices, but it does mean that you'll attract the kind of people and opportunities that align with your true nature. However, choosing authenticity isn't always the easiest path. There will be moments when the temptation to conform is strong, when the pressure to fit in feels overwhelming. But in those moments, remember the importance of staying true to yourself. Every time you choose to be authentic, you're making a choice that honors your deepest values and beliefs. You're not just going along with the crowd. You're carving out a path that's uniquely yours. This takes courage, but it's a courage that's rewarded with a life that feels meaningful and true. One of the most profound realizations you can come to is that you don't need everyone's approval to live a fulfilling life. Not everyone will understand or appreciate the choices you make when you're being true to yourself, and that's perfectly okay. What matters most is that you're living in a way that aligns with your own values and principles. You're the one who has to live with your decisions, so make sure they're decisions that resonate with who you really are. When you stop seeking validation from others, you begin to find a deeper sense of self-worth within yourself. Think about the legacy you want to leave behind. When people look back on your life, what do you want them to remember? That you were someone who always tried to fit in, or someone who lived with authenticity and purpose. Staying true to yourself isn't just about the present moment. It's about the impact you'll have in the long run. It's about living a life that's rich with meaning and depth, one that reflects your true self rather than a superficial image. This is the kind of life that not only brings you fulfillment, but also leaves a lasting impression on those around you. Staying true to yourself also involves being kind to yourself when you falter. There will be times when you make choices that don't align with your true self, and that's okay. It's important to approach these moments with compassion, understanding that every experience is an opportunity for growth. Rather than criticizing yourself for slipping up, use these moments as a reminder to recommit to living authentically. Each day offers a new chance to align more closely with your values and to be the person you truly want to be. At the core of staying true to yourself is the understanding that your life is yours to live. It's about making choices that feel right to you, not because they're what others expect, but because they're what you know in your heart to be true. This doesn't mean that your path will always be easy, but it does mean that it will be yours, unique, meaningful, and deeply satisfying. When you live this way, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're creating a life that's a true reflection of who you are and what you value. As you move through life, remember that staying true to yourself is a journey, not a destination. It's an ongoing process of self-discovery and self-expression. There will be moments of doubt and uncertainty, but there will also be moments of clarity and profound joy. The key is to remain committed to living in a way that feels authentic to you. This commitment will guide you through the ups and downs of life, helping you to navigate challenges with a sense of purpose and integrity. Ultimately, staying true to yourself is about living a life that feels right on the inside, not just one that looks good on the outside. It's about walking your path with confidence, knowing that you're living in alignment with your deepest values and beliefs. This is the path to true fulfillment, one that leads not only to personal satisfaction, but also to a life of impact and meaning. When you live this way, you become a powerful example to others, showing them that it's possible to live a life of integrity, authenticity, and deep fulfillment. Take a deep breath and reflect on whether you're living in a way that's true to yourself. If you are, keep going. Your journey is an inspiration to others. If you're not, know that it's never too late to start. Every moment offers a new opportunity to choose authenticity, to choose to live a life that's true to you. And when you make that choice, you'll find that the rewards are profound. A life that's not only rich in meaning but also deeply, undeniably your own. Principle 7. Release control. As the sun rises today, so does the opportunity for fresh beginnings and abundant blessings. Now, friends, we want to invite you to join me in a conversation about something that's both liberating and transformative: the idea of releasing control. We've already touched on the importance of letting go of fear, visualizing success, doing your best, and allowing the things you desire to come into your life naturally. We're going to explore this principle, release control. Imagine you're on a boat, navigating through open waters. You have control over the direction you steer, and you can adjust your sails, but the wind and waves are beyond your command. This scenario beautifully illustrates what it means to release control. It's about focusing on what you can influence and letting go of the rest. When we talk about releasing control, we're not suggesting that you should sit back and let life happen to you without any effort. Far from it. Releasing control is about recognizing the limits of your influence and embracing the unpredictability of life with grace and resilience. It's about understanding that while you can shape your actions, responses, and mindset, you can't always dictate the outcome. This can be a challenging concept, especially for those of us who are used to planning, organizing, and trying to ensure everything goes according to plan. But the truth is, when we hold on too tightly, we often create more stress and anxiety for ourselves. Let's take a moment to reflect on how this principle plays out in our relationships. In our desire to maintain harmony or avoid conflict, we might find ourselves trying to control the actions, feelings, or reactions of those we care about. This could be with a partner, a friend, or even a colleague. We might think that if we say or do the right things, we can manage their responses and ensure a desired outcome. But more often than not, this approach leads to frustration and disappointment. Why? Because people are not puppets on a string. They have their own thoughts, feelings, and free will. The key is to focus on what you can control, your own behavior and responses. Instead of trying to control how someone else will react, approach the situation with openness and honesty. Trust that your sincerity will guide the relationship in the direction it needs to go. By letting go of the need to control every detail, you create a space where mutual respect, understanding, and genuine connection can flourish. This principle isn't limited to personal relationships. It's equally relevant in our professional lives. Think about a time when you were working on a project where the outcome depended on factors outside your control, perhaps the decisions of others, market conditions, or even unforeseen events. It's easy to become overwhelmed with stress when you focus on these uncontrollable elements. But what if you shifted your focus? What if you concentrated on what you can control? Your effort, your creativity, your collaboration with others. When you do this, you're not just reducing your stress. You're also positioning yourself to bring your best to the project. Remember the wise words of Marcus Aurelius. Accept whatever comes to you, woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs. This mindset allows you to navigate your professional life with greater ease, knowing that you've done your best and that the outcome, whatever it may be, is part of a larger pattern that's beyond your control. Releasing control also invites us to live more fully in the present moment. Often, our desire to control stems from a deep fear of the unknown and anxiety about the future. We worry about what might happen, and in doing so, we miss out on the richness of what is happening right now. Practicing mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, can help us break free from this cycle of worry and control. When you stay present, you become more open to the possibilities that each moment holds. You start to notice opportunities, connections, and experiences that you might have overlooked before because you were too focused on trying to control the future. This doesn't mean you should stop planning or setting goals. Instead, it means holding those plans lightly, being willing to adapt and adjust as life unfolds in ways you couldn't have predicted. Now, we want you to think about how releasing control could impact your overall well-being. When you stop trying to micromanage every detail of your life, you free up a tremendous amount of energy. This energy can then be redirected toward things that truly matter: your passions, your relationships, your personal growth. You also become more resilient because you're not constantly battling against the inevitable changes and uncertainties of life. Instead, you learn to flow with them, to adapt and thrive no matter what comes your way. This doesn't mean that challenges will disappear, but it does mean that you'll be better equipped to handle them without being consumed by stress or anxiety. So, how do you start releasing control? The first step is awareness. Begin by identifying areas in your life where you're trying to exert too much control. This could be in your relationships, your work, your health, or even your daily routine. Reflect on how this need for control is affecting your stress levels, your relationships, and your overall happiness. Are you holding on too tightly to something that's beyond your control? If so, what would it look like to let go just a little? This doesn't mean giving up or being irresponsible. It means trusting that while you can influence outcomes, you can't dictate them. Once you've identified these areas, the next step is to practice acceptance and trust. This is where the real work begins. Remind yourself that life is inherently uncertain, and that's okay. Embrace this uncertainty as part of life's adventure. Instead of fearing the unknown, see it as an opportunity for growth, learning, and new experiences. Engage in activities that help you cultivate a sense of surrender and trust, whether it's through meditation, yoga, journaling, or spending time in nature. These practices can help you connect with the natural flow of life, building resilience against the urge to control. As you continue on this journey, you'll start to notice a shift in your perspective. You'll become more adaptable, more resilient, and more open to life's natural flow. You'll find that by releasing control, you're not losing anything. Instead, you're gaining a deeper sense of peace, freedom, and joy. You'll attract positive energy and experiences because you're no longer weighed down by the need to micromanage every detail. Remember, you are a magnet. By letting go of control, you align yourself with the natural rhythms of life, becoming a beacon for opportunities and relationships that are meant for you. Embrace this principle and watch as your life begins to transform with ease and harmony. Imagine what your life could be like if you truly embraced the idea of releasing control. Picture yourself moving through your days with a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that you've done your best and that the rest is in the hands of something greater. Picture the stress melting away as you stop trying to control everything and instead focus on what you can influence. This doesn't mean that life will be perfect, but it does mean that you'll be better equipped to handle whatever comes your way. You'll be more resilient, more adaptable, and more open to the beautiful, unexpected surprises that life has to offer. Stay flexible, stay open, and let life surprise you in wonderful, unexpected ways. Trust in the process, trust in yourself, and trust in the journey that lies ahead. Remember, releasing control is not about giving up. It's about giving in to the flow of life, to the natural order of things, to the understanding that while you can shape your path, you can't always dictate the outcome. And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's liberating. And with that, we've reached the halfway point in our discussion. We want to thank each and every one of you for staying with us on this journey. The principles we've explored so far are just the beginning. The upcoming ones are just as powerful and have the potential to make a profound impact on your life. If you found value in what we've discussed today, we encourage you to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this message with others. Your engagement means the world to us, and it's what helps this community grow and thrive. Let's continue this journey together, exploring the principles that will help you attract the life you truly deserve. 8. Visualize success. Have we ever truly considered the immense potential within our imagination? Not just in fleeting moments of daydreaming, but as a deliberate tool to shape the future we desire. What if we could create a vision so clear, so compelling, that it becomes a part of our reality even before we've taken the first step toward it? Picture ourselves at the peak of a mountain, gazing out over a landscape that represents all of our achievements. The journey to get there wasn't easy. It was filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But now, as we stand at the summit, the sense of accomplishment is overwhelming. This is the power of mental imagery. the ability to see our future success so vividly that it begins to manifest in our present actions. Envisioning our goals is not merely an exercise in wishful thinking. It's a strategic practice that engages our mind in a way that prepares us for the future we want to create. By forming a clear mental picture of our ambitions, we are essentially programming our subconscious to recognize and act upon the opportunities that will lead us to those outcomes. This process is akin to creating a mental blueprint, a detailed map that guides us toward our desired results. When we consistently imagine positive outcomes, our mind becomes attuned to possibilities that align with our vision, making us more receptive to the opportunities that can help us achieve our aspirations. Think about the relationships we want to build. Whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship, or a professional connection, the process begins with a clear vision. Imagine the qualities of the people we want in our lives, their values, their interests, the way they treat us. Picture the interactions that bring us joy and fulfillment, the shared experiences that strengthen our bond, and the mutual respect that forms the foundation of these relationships. By envisioning these connections, we're not just setting an intention. We're also preparing ourselves to attract and nurture the relationships that will enrich our lives. In the realm of personal and professional growth, mental rehearsal serves as a powerful catalyst for success. Consider a significant milestone we wish to achieve, a promotion, launching a successful business, or mastering a new skill. When we mentally project ourselves reaching that milestone, we're not just imagining the end result. We're mentally rehearsing the journey. We see ourselves overcoming obstacles, making smart decisions, and staying resilient in the face of challenges. This mental practice strengthens our confidence and prepares us to navigate the real-world situations that will lead to our success. The practice of envisioning is most effective when it's consistent. Just as we wouldn't expect to master a skill with a single practice session, we can't expect to fully harness the power of mental imagery without regular effort. Each day, we should dedicate time to immersing ourselves in our vision of success. Engage all of our senses. See the colors and details of our achievements. Feel the emotions that come with reaching our goals. Hear the sounds of celebration or recognition. The more vivid and detailed our mental projection, the more deeply it will resonate with our subconscious mind, driving us toward the actions that will make our vision a reality. It's important to recognize that mental imagery is not about escaping reality. It's about shaping it. When we mentally project our success, we're not ignoring the challenges and difficulties we might face. Instead, we're preparing ourselves to meet those challenges with a mindset that is focused, determined, and optimistic. This mental exercise helps us to stay grounded in the present while keeping our eyes on the future. It bridges the gap between where we are now and where we want to be, making the journey smoother and more intentional. Why does mental rehearsal work so effectively? It comes down to the way our brain processes information. Our minds are highly responsive to the images and ideas we focus on. When we vividly imagine a future event, our brain registers it as if it were already happening. This triggers a series of physiological responses. Our heart rate may increase, our breathing may change, and our body may prepare for action. Over time, this repeated mental rehearsal conditions us to perform better when the real moment arrives. In relationships, envisioning can help us to create and maintain connections that are deeply satisfying and meaningful. By clearly defining what we want in our interactions with others, we set a standard for how we wish to be treated and how we will treat others. This clarity helps us to recognize and attract people who align with our values and goals, leading to more harmonious and fulfilling relationships. Envisioning isn't just about attracting the right people. It's also about becoming the kind of person who can sustain healthy, positive connections. When it comes to our careers, mental rehearsal can be a game changer. By regularly picturing ourselves succeeding in our professional endeavors, we build the confidence and resilience needed to take bold steps toward our goals. This mental exercise helps us to see beyond the obstacles and focus on the opportunities. It trains our minds to stay positive and proactive, even in the face of setbacks. This mental preparation is crucial for achieving long-term success, as it helps us to stay motivated and persistent no matter what challenges arise. But let's not forget that envisioning is an active process. It requires our full engagement, our creativity, our emotions, and our belief in its power. We are the architects of our future, and mental imagery is the tool we use to design it. By committing to this practice with intention and consistency, we set in motion a series of events that will bring our vision to life. This isn't about passively hoping for a better future. It's about taking deliberate action to create it. As we integrate mental rehearsal into our daily lives, let's remember to approach it with a sense of purpose and dedication. Each day, we have the opportunity to reinforce our vision of success by fully immersing ourselves in the mental images that represent our goals. This practice is not just about seeing our future. It's about feeling it, living it, and believing in it so deeply that it begins to shape our present reality. The more we engage in this process, the more our actions will align with our aspirations, leading us toward the life we want to create. 9. Practice patience and trust the process. As you embark on this journey of personal growth and meaningful relationships, it's essential to remember that patience isn't just a virtue, it's a necessity. Imagine you're standing in a garden, holding a seed in your hand. You wouldn't expect that seed to turn into a fully grown tree overnight. The process of growth, whether in nature, within ourselves, or in our relationships, takes time, care, and a lot of patience. It's easy to get caught up in the desire for immediate results, but true and lasting progress comes to those who are willing to wait, nurture, and trust the process. When we talk about relationships, patience becomes even more critical. Building deep, meaningful connections with others isn't something that happens in an instant. It requires time, effort, and a willingness to let things unfold naturally. Imagine starting a new relationship. The excitement is palpable, and you might feel an urge to rush into closeness or commitment. However, pushing for immediate intimacy can often lead to fragile bonds. Instead, take a step back, allow the relationship to breathe, and grow at its own pace. Enjoy the process of getting to know each other, sharing experiences, and letting the bond deepen over time. Trust that by allowing things to progress naturally, you'll create a connection that's strong and enduring. In your personal and professional life, patience is just as vital. Whether you're learning a new skill, aiming for a promotion, or working on personal development, the road to success is rarely a straight line. It's important to be patient with yourself, recognizing that growth takes time and that setbacks are part of the journey. Remember, as the philosopher Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Patience is a form of self-mastery, enabling you to stay focused, resilient, and committed to your goals, even when progress seems slow. One way to cultivate patience is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness teaches us to stay present in the moment, appreciating the here and now rather than constantly looking ahead for the next achievement. When you're mindful, you're less likely to rush through life, and more likely to notice and appreciate the small victories along the way. Simple practices like meditation, deep breathing, or spending time in nature can help you center yourself and build the patience needed for long-term growth. Another crucial aspect of trusting the process is letting go of the need for immediate validation. In a world where instant gratification is often the norm, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking quick rewards or recognition. However, the most meaningful accomplishments often require time to come to fruition. Focus on the intrinsic value of your efforts rather than the external validation. Trust that your hard work and dedication will be recognized when the time is right, even if that recognition isn't immediate. In relationships, patience also involves giving others the space to grow at their own pace. Just as you need time to develop, so do the people around you. Whether it's a partner, friend, or family member, everyone has their own journey, and respecting that journey means allowing them the time they need to evolve. By being patient with others, you create an environment where trust and understanding can flourish. It's also important to remember that patience is not passive. It's an active process that involves perseverance, resilience, and a commitment to your goals. Being patient doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for things to happen. It means continuously working towards your goals while understanding that progress takes time. It's about balancing effort with acceptance, knowing that the outcomes you desire will come in due course. In moments of frustration or doubt, remind yourself that every step you take, no matter how small, is a step towards your larger goals. Trust that the process of growth, whether in your personal life, professional endeavors, or relationships, is unfolding exactly as it should. Each experience, each challenge, and each delay is shaping you, preparing you for the successes that lie ahead. Practicing patience also involves letting go of the fear of missing out. In a fast-paced world, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind if you don't achieve your goals as quickly as others. However, everyone moves at their own pace, and comparing your journey to someone else's only breeds unnecessary stress. Instead, focus on your path, trust that you're exactly where you need to be, and embrace the timing of your progress. Another way to nurture patience is by setting realistic expectations for yourself and others. Unrealistic expectations can lead to disappointment and frustration, which can, in turn, erode your patience. By being honest about what's achievable and giving yourself and others the time needed to reach those goals, you can maintain a sense of calm and patience. As you practice patience and trust the process, you'll find that you're better able to handle life's uncertainties. Instead of being thrown off course by unexpected challenges, you'll approach them with a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. Patience gives you the strength to persevere, even when the road ahead seems long and winding. In relationships, practicing patience fosters a deeper sense of connection and understanding. When you allow a relationship to develop at its own pace, you build a foundation of trust and mutual respect. This foundation is what sustains a relationship through the inevitable ups and downs, making it stronger and more resilient over time. Patience is a lifelong practice. It's something that needs to be cultivated and nurtured continually. Just as you would water and care for a plant to help it grow, you need to consistently practice patience in all areas of your life. Over time, you'll find that patience becomes a natural part of who you are, enabling you to navigate life's challenges with grace and perseverance. As you move forward, keep practicing patience and trusting the process. Know that you're on the right path, even if progress seems slow. By embracing patience, you're setting yourself up for success in both your personal and professional life, building relationships that are deep and lasting, and achieving your goals with resilience and determination. If you found this discussion helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. Your support is invaluable for us. And now, let's delve into something truly transformative. Can you guess what it is? Picture yourself standing in front of a mirror, not just looking at your reflection, but truly seeing the person staring back. This isn't just about the surface, the features, or the appearance. It's about the story written in every line, the resilience in your gaze, and the soul that has journeyed through both trials and triumphs. What if, in that moment, you could love the person in the mirror? Not in a superficial way, but with a deep, unconditional love that acknowledges your intrinsic worth, flaws, and all. This kind of self-love isn't about vanity. It's a lifeline, a fundamental acknowledgement that you, just as you are, deserve to live with dignity, joy, and respect. Yes, the final principle we're exploring is embracing self-compassion. When you begin to truly love yourself, something remarkable happens. It's akin to planting a seed in rich, fertile soil. That seed, nurtured by your self-compassion, grows into a mighty, flourishing tree. The fruits of this tree are healthier relationships, greater opportunities, and a life that reflects your renewed sense of worth. As you cultivate this self-love, you unconsciously elevate the standards by which others treat you. You start to attract people who not only recognize your value but honor it, who respect your boundaries and contribute positively to your life. This isn't some mystical force. It's the natural outcome of finally understanding and honoring your own worth. In relationships, be they romantic, familial, or friendships, self-love acts as a steadfast beacon. Imagine it as a lighthouse in the midst of a tumultuous sea. When that light of self-love shines within you, you won't settle for less than what you deserve. You won't allow anyone to dim your light because you've learned to treasure it. Consequently, those who enter your life are drawn to that light. They see it, respect it, and are eager to be part of it. This is how you cultivate relationships that are not only meaningful but also nurturing, fulfilling, and mutually respectful. The same principle applies to your professional life. When you acknowledge your worth, you stop settling for roles or tasks that don't align with your true passions or abilities. You begin to seek out opportunities that challenge you in ways that promote growth, that allow you to shine, and that resonate with your newfound sense of self-worth. This doesn't mean the path becomes free of challenges. Far from it. But you'll approach these challenges with renewed confidence and clarity. No longer will you question whether you belong at the table. You'll know without a doubt that you do. But how do you embark on this journey of self-love and self-worth? It all starts with self-compassion. Picture yourself comforting a close friend in distress. You wouldn't harshly criticize them for their mistakes or dismiss their achievements, would you? Instead, you'd offer them kindness, understanding, and encouragement. Now, turn that compassion inward. Speak to yourself with that same gentle, nurturing voice. Acknowledge your efforts, celebrate your progress, and embrace your humanity. Self-compassion also involves forgiveness, perhaps one of the hardest but most crucial aspects of self-love. We all make mistakes. It's part of being human. The key isn't to dwell on these missteps, but to learn from them and move forward. Forgive yourself for the times you've fallen short, and remember that each new day offers a fresh opportunity to grow. This act of forgiveness isn't about excusing harmful behavior. It's about releasing yourself from the heavy chains of guilt and shame that can keep you stuck in the past. As you journey towards self-love, it's equally important to curate your environment. The people you spend time with, the spaces you inhabit, and the content you engage with all influence your mindset. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, who celebrate your successes, and who support your growth. Just as crucially, create distance from those who drain your energy, who belittle your achievements, or who make you question your worth. This isn't about harshly cutting people off, but about establishing healthy boundaries that protect your mental and emotional well-being. Engaging in activities that feed your soul is another vital practice on this path. Reflect on what truly brings you joy, what makes you feel most alive. Whether it's painting, hiking, reading, or simply spending time with loved ones, these aren't just hobbies. They are essential to your mental health. They remind you of life's beauty and your unique place in it. These moments of joy are powerful affirmations of your worth. And let's not overlook the transformative power of affirmations. Words carry immense power, especially when repeated with intention. Start each day with affirmations that reinforce your worth and right to happiness. Simple yet profound phrases like, I am enough, I am worthy, and I deserve love and joy can gradually reshape your mindset. Initially, these affirmations might feel awkward, but over time, they become ingrained in your thought process, providing a steady stream of positivity that bolsters your self-worth. Understand that this journey is ongoing. Self-love isn't a destination. It's a continuous process of growth, healing, and renewal. There will be days when it feels effortless and days when it feels like an uphill battle. On those challenging days, remind yourself that it's okay to struggle. It's okay to feel like you've taken a step back because progress isn't always linear. What's important is that you keep moving forward, even if it's just a small step at a time. In a world that often tries to convince you that you're not enough, that you need to be something else, the most radical act you can commit is to love yourself as you are. By embracing self-love and self-worth, you're not only transforming your own life, but also setting a powerful example for others. You're showing the world that it's possible to live with integrity, joy, and an unshakable belief in your value. And that, in itself, is a profound gift to the world.